لله رب العالمين. نحمدك اللهم سبحانك كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. نحمدك اللهم آناء الليل وأطراف النهار معترفين بسلطانك حامدين شاكرين لنعمائك. ندعو الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يديم علينا نعمه ظاهرة وباطنة، وأن يلهمنا العزم والعزيمة والصبر والثبات على أن نحمده على تلك النعمة. اللهم آمين. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، يحيي ويميت وهو حي لا يموت وهو على كل شيء قدير، شهادة قامت بها السماوات والأرض. ندعو الله سبحانه وتعالى ألا يحرمنا إياها لحظة لقائه. اللهم آمين. وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وحبيبه، أدى الأمانة وبلغ الرسالة ونصح الأمة وكشف الغمة وتركنا على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. اللهم اجزه عنا خير ما تجزي به مرسلا ونبيا. اللهم شفعه فينا شفاعة لا نعذب بعدها أبدا. اللهم اسقنا من حوضه شربة لا نظمأ بعدها أبدا. اللهم آمين. محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم طب القلوب ودواؤها، وعافية الأبدان وشفاؤها، ونور الأبصار وضياؤها. صلى عليك الله يا علم الهدى، ما هبت النسائم وما ناحت على بريك الحمائم. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, our sons and daughters, boys and girls, the future of Islam, inshallah Rabbil Alameen. Maybe 8 days or 9 days remaining of the month of Sha'ban, the 8th lunar calendar, to receive and welcome, celebrate and recognize the month of Ramadan, inshallah Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah. We're so grateful and thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He enabled us to live and to survive and extend our life to witness and celebrate and recognize and intensify our acts of worship during the month of Ramadan. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The month of Sha'ban. Few days left, yet many things happened during that month 1400 years ago. And I'm hoping and I'm asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for Muslims all over the world to wake up and say, this is the month of Sha'ban. It has wonderful events, has wonderful things took place 1400 years ago. We should celebrate them, we should recognize them, we should be happy in order to learn from them and draw some lessons and benefits to apply in our daily affairs nowadays, today, and many years to come till the day of judgment. The month of Sha'ban, what happened? Or even the month before the month of Sha'ban, what happened? It was Rajab, the 12th year since the beginning of the Wahy to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj, the miracle, the gift from Allah to Muhammad, and the gift from Allah to us as well, the Salah, Mi'raj al-Mu'min, as the only pillar out of the 5 pillars of Islam, has been prescribed directly from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Muhammad as gift for us. Sha'ban, what happened during this month? Mainly, it was the changing of the direction of the Qibla. Qibla was toward Jerusalem, Al-Quds, Al-Bayt Al-Aqsa, Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. For 16 months, but Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as we have seen, قَدْ نَرَى تَقَلُّبَ وَجْهِكَ فِي السَّمَاءِ فَلَنُوَلِّيَنَّكَ قِبْلَةً تَرْضَاهَا فَوَلِّ وَجْهَكَ شَطْرَ الْمَسْجِدِ الْحَرَامِ وَحَيْثُمَا كُنْتُمْ فَوَلُّوا وُجُوهَكُمْ شَطْرًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what was in the heart of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, facing the heavens, looking for direction, looking for guidance. But in the meantime, how his heart was still connected with Mecca, with the sacred house, with Al-Kaaba, though he was in Medina after migrating from Mecca to Medina after 13 years of struggling and striving for Islam, for the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The answer from Allah to him, it was that we will redirect your face to Mecca, but keep in mind and deeply in your heart Jerusalem, Al-Quds, Palestine, Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, where nowadays it has been forgotten. Do you know what is going on in the Muslim world? Not even anyone would think about Palestine nowadays or Al-Quds, Jerusalem, subhanallah, though it has to be kept in our minds and in the depth of our heart to struggle and strive, inshallah, to be under the control of the Muslims, inshallah. 16 months facing Jerusalem and the Salat al-Dhuhr in Masjid al-Qiblatayn, in Hadith al-Bara radiyallahu anhu wa arda, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is directing Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam after he finished 2 rak'at of Salat al-Dhuhr toward Mecca, toward Al-Kaaba in Mecca there. What is the significance of that changing for us Muslims? We had La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah, first pillar of Islam. Allah is one worthy of worship. Don't take any partners or associates with him. Now the direction, not too many directions. It's only one. And it has to be only one till the Day of Judgment. It is Kaaba. It is the sacred house. It is in Mecca. In order to remind us that you're worshiping one Allah, one direction, our hearts at the Ummah of Muhammad should be one heart, one Ummah, united, not to be divided. And listen, look at us nowadays, subhanAllah, scattered all over, divided in sectarian way, in ethnic way, in racial way, even in the color of the skin, subhanAllah. While Islam is teaching us that Allah is one worthy of worship, do not take any partners with Him, and here is the Kaaba, here is the Qibla, this is your direction. You do not turn your face toward any other direction, no matter what that direction is. And you know what I mean by that? Just recently meaning this morning and yesterday and the day before, when what so-called leaders of Muslims in one country asking another direction to help in what is going on in their country. But they forget Allah. That's why Allah forget them. Nasullaha fa'ansahum anfusahum. Because they are not heavily dependent on Allah anymore. No. It is somewhere else, either east or west or north or south or whatever, subhanAllah. And no wonder if you see how we do behind and how we are feeling miserably, subhanAllah. The direction, the big event during the month of Sha'ban. And not only this, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loved to prepare the Muslim community in Medina in the best way ever. How and why? Why? Because there was, if not where, internal challenges for the Muslim community in Medina under the leadership of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as well as some external challenges. Why? Because it was the first time in the history of mankind there is a Muslim state established by Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam under his leadership in Al-Madinah, Al-Muhajirun wal-Ansar, the immigrants of Al-Madinah, of Mecca, along with the settlers of Al-Madinah, together under one community. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is preparing them for the future, for many years to come, in order to keep going with Islam, to spread Islam all over the world. So the community has to be prepared. The community has to be established well. And that's why the first thing Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in Al-Madinah, establishing the masjid, the mosque, for all people under his leadership. Whatever the affairs of Muslims have to be taken care of, it has to be taken care of in the masjid, under the leadership of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The first thing he did. Second, al-mu'akha bayn al-muhajirin wal-ansar, the brotherhood between the muhajirin of Mecca, those who migrated from Mecca, and al-ansar, the settlers of Medina, in order to create that community with harmony, with tolerance, respecting each other, caring about each other, doing a lot of things together in order to fight back those external challenges they had, and the internal one as well as the external one. Be united, be together as one ummah. Why? To be khayra ummatin ukhrijat lin-nas, the best nation ever has brought up to mankind. This is the model Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has. While nowadays in some countries they are fighting right and left, sectarian, ethnic background, racial background, genociding everywhere, subhanallah. Ala al-hawiyya, as they have been saying. Who you are, you can live. Who you are, the other one, you cannot live. You got to be killed. You got to be get rid of it. Ya Allah. And everywhere. Everywhere you mention it. Everywhere you find it. If you talk about Afghanistan, talk about Pakistan, talk about Muslims in India, and somewhere in Asia, in Iraq, in Syria, in Lebanon, in Egypt, in Sudan, in Somalia, in Uganda, in Nigeria, in Somalia, anywhere, subhanAllah, where Muslims, subhanAllah, are fighting each other. Not being united, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has instructed us. And that's why we have been humiliated. We have no say in anything in our life anymore. Nothing. Direction is coming from everywhere to tell us what to do or not what to do. And who are benefiting from all of this? The enemies of Islam. In order to see Islam in the lowest rank ever. Not learning from Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. In Medina, the masjid. Take care of your affairs, from life to marriage to family dispute to any issue you do have. Don't go anywhere but to your masjid, with your imam, with your scholar there. And the Muslim brotherhood and the sisterhood, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that in Al-Madinah there were Jewish tribes, and they are waiting in order to fight Muslims and Islam. And atheists, godless, who do not believe in anything, and Christians there. And now it is the new community. And previously it was the two tribes who have been fighting for years and years and years, Al-Aws wal-Khazraj, there in Medina. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to establish the best Muslim community ever under his leadership. Number one, masjid. Number two, brotherhood and sisterhood. To be united one body, to fight any other forces internally and externally. That's why nowadays when we think of any Muslim community, of any nation, of any country, we have been divided. Not only to two parties, maybe three, maybe four, maybe five, you name it. You pick up any country, subhanallah rabbil alameen, and you see all of those divisions, all of those sectarian things, subhanallah rabbil alameen. And whom we're depending on now, not Allah anymore, no. Some other nations or leaders, come and help us. Find out what is going on. We need your help. But the so-called leaders cannot reconcile with their own people, as Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did in Medina. And I wish and I'm hoping that Muslims would wake up, would come back to the teaching of Islam, the teaching of Allah, the teaching of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to learn how to establish our Muslim communities wherever we are. The third foundation of the Muslim community at that time, under the leadership of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the constitution, Dustur al-Madinah, in order to govern the life of Muslims in one side under the leadership of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and any other people around him of the Jewish tribes, of atheists and godless, of Christians and anyone else, how they can live in tolerance and harmony, not to fight each other regardless to their ethnic background or racial background or religious background. But they can live together in one community, taking care of each other. It does not matter what religion you believe in at that time when Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was there. And that's why that application, the meaning of that ayah, كُنْتُمْ خَيْرَ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ, you were the best nation ever, brought up by the help and grace and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to all mankind, to be role model, to be the best model ever to be followed. Look at us now. Are we a model? Anywhere, in any Muslim land, to anyone? La wallahi. La wallahi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows among the believers, the mu'mineen, under the leadership of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, those who came from different racial background, different religious background, different ethnic background. Yet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam akha bainahum, established that brotherhood and a sisterhood among all of them. They had Salman al-Farisi coming from Faris, from Persia. But he's a believer first and foremost. Salman minna ahl al-bayt. This is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He is from among us, the house of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Though he wasn't an Arab, though he did not believe in Islam till he came to Islam. Bilal al-Farisi, Bilal al-Habashi, Al-Abd al-Habashi al-Aswad. Bilal, the black from Abyssinia, was a slave among the Muslim community. But Bilal, Sayyiduna, that's Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam calling him, is our master. Wa khadimuna, he's serving the best. Never look at his color of his skin, or coming from Al-Habasha, from Abyssinia. He's a Muslim, he is a believer. وَصُهَيْبٌ الرُّومِي, from Roma, Suhaib, Aba Yahya, coming to the Muslim community, to be one of the Muslim community, one of the leaders as a matter of fact. But look at nowadays, go anywhere, you'll find that racial divisions, ethnic division, ethnic cleansing, discrimination, injustice, though we are all Muslims. Ya Allah, Ya Allah, isn't it the time to wake up and follow the teaching of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? It has to be. Otherwise, wallahi, will be nothing, equal nothing. Whatever the money we have, the oil we have, the gold we have, the natural gas we have, all of the resources, all human resources we have, we are nothing by the end of the day, because we're not following the teaching of Islam, the teaching of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, recognizing the celebration of the month of Sha'ban. We have reduced the celebration of the month of Sha'ban to 1 hour. during that month. Al-Qibla, number one. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in Medina, with the masjid, with the brotherhood and sisterhood, with the constitution that would govern the life of people in justice, with adl. It doesn't matter who you are. You study the history of mankind. If you find one constitution similar to what Muhammad ﷺ has established in Medina, let me know. Challenge me. Or challenge Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now look at those secular constitutions all over the Muslim land, how they govern the life of people. Wallahi, no justice. Wallahi, your discrimination against people. Because they are following what comes to their mind, not what comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to us. Claiming, oh, this is the best constitution we have ever, came up in that country or in that country or in that country. Yet, you find people still fighting, subhanallah rabbil alamin. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, by the help and the grace and the mercy of Allah, realized that the community in Medina has to be ready for many things to come. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has helped them to establish that Muslim community the best way ever. Since day one, first, to teach them Al-Iman, faith. أن تؤمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره. To believe in all 6 pillars of faith. There, believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as one. Believing in Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Believing in the angels. Believing in all books and revelation came to all prophets and messengers before Muhammad, including Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Believing in all the messengers and prophets, from Adam to Moses to Jesus to Muhammad. Believing in the day of judgment, the hereafter. Believing in your faith, whether it is good or bad. And some people would say, great, now we have the Iman. Who will be the best? No, wait a minute. I'm afraid we'll be saying that قالت الأعراب آمنا قل لم تؤمنوا ولكن قولوا أسلمنا ولما يدخل الإيمان في قلوبكم. Big one said that we have the Iman. So we're good. We're great. No, wait a minute. Say we just embrace Islam. Iman hasn't been penetrated in your hearts yet. So how I translate this Iman, this faith, to actions in my life? Al-Imanu laysa bit-tamanni. It is not a wishful thought. I would say, I'm a believer. No. Al-Imanu ma waqara fil qalbi wa saddaqahu al-amal. What has been established firmly in your heart, and it has been translated to action. You can claim whatever you want to claim. I'm a believer. I do have the faith. I do have the Iman. No, you have to translate that Iman to actions in your life. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prescribed to us the 5 pillars of Islam, to translate our Iman, our faith, to actions in our life. 1, La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah. No partners and associates with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is worthy of worship. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is our prophet. Habibuna ومنتبانا ومصطفانا وشفيعنا وقائدنا وقدوتنا إلى يوم الدين. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Not this or that or whatever the names are. Forget about all of them. They are wallahi bunch of quote unquote. But Muhammad, Nabiyuka wa Habibuka wa Shafi'uka. His teaching you follow. And then as-salah, the prayer in the night of al-Isra wal-Mi'raj, a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be Mi'raj al-Mu'min. Why? There is a purpose for that salah, not only to translate your Iman, your faith to action. إنها تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. This is the essence and the purpose and the wisdom of the salah. Now, it will take you away from the sins, committing any sins, deviating from the way of Allah, being swayed away from the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as-salah. To connect your heart and your soul and mind with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, facing the Qibla there. This is not the end of this mihrab. You connect your heart there with Mecca, with Al-Kaaba, with your direction there. except the Kaaba in our salah to remind us. Second pillar of Islam. The third one during the month of Sha'ban, it wasn't prescribed yet. And the fourth one, the Siyam and the Zakat. The second year after the Hijrah, migrating from Mecca to Al-Madinah, Muhammad, you will be facing many challenges, you as well as your community. I have been equipping you to face all of those internal and external challenges you would have. Now it is the Siyam. Now it is the month of Ramadan coming. Now you have to be fasting for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As I said last week, they were already fasting, wallahi, because there was no enough food for them to eat. Wallahi, sometimes for days they don't eat nothing. Wallahi, by the end of the day, sometimes they would look for some water, fresh water to drink. They didn't find it. A piece of bread to share among the Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to eat. Some of them would come out of the masjid, subhanallah, looking for anywhere. Go anywhere to find some food to eat. And they would check with each other, what brought you from the masjid outside? He would cry in tears. And he would reply to him, what brought you outside? Brought me outside. What it is? I am looking for a piece of bread to eat. And they did not find. And this is the Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Hungry and thirsty, except struggling and striving for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't matter to them. Yet, it is the fasting. It is the month of Ramadan. You put it in one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Fasting now. Why, Ya Allah? We're already fasting. No, it has to be regulated by the teaching of Islam, the month of Ramadan for you, because you have many things ahead of you, especially the Battle of Badr, which will take place on the 17th of Ramadan. You have to enter this battle to fight the enemies of Islam, to be victorious while you are fasting. This is the way. This is the way. Allah has prepared the Muslim community under the leadership of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. How we prepare now? How we prepare our communities? Call this White House. The other country called the other Red House. The third one called the Yellow House. The fourth one called someone, help, please, come and help us. Why? Because we're fighting Muslims. And they come. And they do whatever they want to do. To keep you divided. To keep you heavily dependent on them. Even one of them, I say, we need your help, come be ready. And the answers from that Pharaoh, that guy, wallahi, masafti sikka, will be there. Yani it is a matter of the distance between us and you. Who will be there? Khalas, it is over. Masafti sikka. Hallelujah. Welcome another Pharaoh of the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, like the other ones. Subhanallah Rabbil Alameen. Is it the way Allah taught us during the month of Sha'ban? This is the Siyam. Battle of Badr is coming in few days and you will be there. That's why while they were fasting the month of Ramadan in the battle of Badr, the first major battle of Islam, Quraysh people, pagan, kuffar, disbeliever came to kill Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and all the Sahaba eradicate Islam from the face of the earth. Face of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in 1,000 fighters coming when Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam with his ummah, with his people, with his believer, 315 believers. Remember that number. 315 believers under the leadership of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, facing 1,000 of the Quraysh people, of the disbeliever, of the kuffar, with all military equipment they had, while Muslims had nothing. That's why he prepared them fasting to enter the battle of Badr. Muhammad, you will be fighting, you will be victorious, because we will send you angels, malaikah min as-sama', to fight side by you, because you believe in Allah, you believe in the teaching of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared the Muslim community of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in Al-Madinah. victorious by the end of the battle. Number did not matter. Military equipment did not matter. Anything else did not matter. It is the belief in Allah, the teaching of Allah, the direction of Allah, the mercy of Allah, the grace of Allah upon Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Muslims, the believers in Al-Madinah. Siyam, the month of Ramadan. Are we ready to take this coming Ramadan the same way, the same spirit? To prepare ourselves for many struggling and striving in our life. I myself with myself in relation to Allah. I myself in relation to my spouse. We ourselves, parents with our children, the whole family together, the whole community together in order to face all of those challenges facing us during the month of Ramadan. And we will prepare as Allah prepared the Muslim community of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in Medina. That question we have to answer. What else, Ya Allah, you had made during the month of Sha'ban in order to celebrate, in order to prepare the community Muslims in Medina under the leadership of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Will be talking about in a few minutes inshallah. لازلنا في رحاب المصطفى. البر لا يبلى والذنب لا ينسى والديان لا يموت كل ابن آدم خطاء وخير الخطائين التوابون والتائب من الذنب كمن لا ذنب له ادعوا الله وأنتم موقنون بالإجابة. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى الحمد لله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأصلي وأسلم على رسول الله صلاة وتسليما يليقان بالحبيب المصطفى النبي المجتبى صلوات ربي وسلامه عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وتابعيه وتابعي تابعيه إلى يوم الدين. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, our sons and daughters, boys and girls, the future of Islam, inshallah. Celebrating, recognizing the month of Sha'ban immediately before the month of Ramadan, where we still having either 8 or 9 days to welcome the month of Ramadan, inshallah. What else happened during that month in order to prepare Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a leader and his community in Medina at that time? One thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done during this month in order to prepare them spiritually, financially, physically, in order to have the best ummah ukhrijat linnas, fardu zakah, alms giving, the poor due. You Muslims, whatever you have, خذ من أموالهم صدقة تطهرهم وتزكيهم بها. Take out of their money some money, specific amount of money, $10 during the month of Ramadan, 2.5% in your saving money there to be given to those who are in need in an annual basis. تطهرهم, to purify them, وتزكيهم, in order to nominate them before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be the best. Purify because we're sinful, because many sins we have done. That sadaqah you pay, that zakah you pay for those who are in need. Subhanallah wa ta'ala, it has to be given away. And as I said, the Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, along with him sallallahu alaihi wasallam, were the poorest of the poor. Yani even some money to have in order to buy some food they did not have, subhanallah. So where this zakah would be coming from? No matter what, whatever you have to give away. Why? In order for any community to be successful and prosperous and live in a happy life, we have to create that social solidarity. We take care of each other. I am rich and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to me, take care of those poor people who can't afford it. Though in America now I say, I don't care. They can go apply for food stamps. They can seek some help from the government. I pay my taxes, why don't they go and work and so on and so. Ya Allah, this is not a tax money issue. This is not a support from whatever the county is. This is obligation toward who are in need. حق معلوم للسائل والمحروم. It is the haqq of those who are in need in your neck. You have to pay them in order for them to survive, to live a happy life, to eliminate that envy, how they feel if they are the poorest of the poor, and you are next to them, next door, the filthy, richest person. What would be the relationship? Al-Zakah, Al-Sadaqah. I still remember, wallahi, one of those wonderful statements I have ever heard in my whole entire life by a scholar of Islam and a scholar of the Islamic economy who happened to be Egyptian Coptic scholar. Once he studied that economy intensively for so many years, he said, why not you study Islamic economy to see what is going on there? Once he studied especially the zakah, he embraced Islam, declaring La ilaha illallah, Muhammadun Rasulullah. This is the best way to help those who are in need. Saying that, and this is his statement, Dr. Ibrahim, subhanallah, when he said, Wallahi, law akhraj al-Muslimun zakatahum ma wajadtu ala wajhi al-ardi faqiran aw ja'i'a. If Muslims everywhere have paid their zakah, whether zakat al-fitr or zakat al-mal, saving money, whatever, to those who are in need, you will never find a single person on the face of earth hungry or thirsty or in need. The whole world, the whole world. He made the calculation scientifically. He made the calculation. Those filthy, rich oil products, kingdom, monarchy, you name it. You name it. There's zakat. Not the money for the gambling in Las Vegas. This is how the money has been utilized now. Or supporting one group against the other, Muslim group against zakat. Zakah, sadaqah, money to those who are in need. لو أخرج المسلمون زكاتهم ما وجدت على ظهر الأرض فقيرا أو جائعا. We can feed the whole world, and this would be the best image of Islam ever. Not the other day, one of them came to Rochester Mayo Clinic. I have been witness this by my own eyes and my own ears. We went to ask for some support for one of our masajid. The answer was, in all. The second group next to us were asking for some help. For what? For the animal rights in this country. To save those animals who have been suffering. The check was given. I'm not going to tell you how many millions it was given. Animals here, but not Muslims here. From the Muslim money, from the Muslim oil, from the Muslim products, we have seen many children of Muslims have been dying out of hunger, out of thirst, homeless. Subhanallah, not enough medication. Polio is a problem now with the refugee camps, with our children everywhere. Where we have money, we have resources, we have doctors, we have human resources, we can help and we can support. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in Medina, Muhammad, the fourth pillar of Islam, zakah, money, help, support. Nowadays they put it in another slogan and another labeling and whatever they said. Oh, we need to accomplish that social justice. What social justice you're talking about? Talk about zakah. Talk about zakah. Social justice, yeah, we'll get this from here, and we redistribute it, and so on and so forth. Take care of your money, your wealth, your income, and pay your zakah the way it should, to whom it should go. If you do not know, come to the masjid will take care of it. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, under the leadership of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in Medina, the masjid, the brotherhood and sisterhood, the constitution, the 6 pillars of faith, أن تؤمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره, and the 5 pillars of Islam, الشهادة والصلاة والصيام والزكاة ويأتي الحج. That's why Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was victorious. That's why the mu'mineen in Medina were victorious. That's why Islam came to this country and went everywhere. Because of that preparation during the month of Sha'ban to the month of Ramadan, to the Muslim Ummah, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enable us to be prepared for the month of Ramadan. Do as much as we can of the salah and siyam and sadaqat and zakah, and establish our Muslim community the best way ever, regardless. Look around, we're coming from the 4 corners of the world, yet the brotherhood, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin, is there. The sisterhood, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin, is there. We're establishing our Muslim community and our masajid, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin, by the help and praise. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep it going, inshallah, to be the best ummah ukhrijat linnas, the best community in our masjid, inshallah rabbil alamin, masjid al-iman. Allahumma ameen, Allahumma ameen, Allahumma ameen. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi, ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim, wa barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim fil alamin innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma ighfir lil mu'minina wal mu'minat wal muslimina wal muslimat al ahya'i minhum wal amwat innaka sami'un qaribun mujibud da'awati ya rabbal alamin. Allahumma ansur al Islam wal muslimin wa a'li bi fadlika rayata al haqq wad din wansurna ala aduwwika wa aduwwana ya rabbal alamin. Allahumma ansur man nasara ummata Muhammadin waj'alna minhum واخذل من خذل أمة محمد ولا تجعلنا منهم. اللهم ول أمورنا خيارنا ولا تول أمورنا شرارنا ولا تسلط علينا بذنوبنا من لا يخافك ولا يرحمنا. اللهم أصلح لنا ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا وأصلح لنا دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا وأصلح لنا آخرتنا التي إليها معادنا واجعل الحياة زيادة لنا في كل خير واجعل الموت راحة لنا من كل شر. اللهم آمنا في روعاتنا، اللهم آمنا في روعاتنا، اللهم اشف مرضانا، اللهم اشف مرضانا وارحم موتانا وفك أسرانا يا رب العالمين. اللهم برحمتك عمنا واكفنا شر ما أهمنا وعلى الإيمان الكامل والكتاب والسنة توفنا وأنت راض عنا. اغفر اللهم لنا ولإخواننا في الله تعالى أحياء وأمواتا ولكل المسلمين أجمعين. إلى هذا حالنا لا يخفى عليك وهذا ضعفنا ظاهر بين يديك فعاملنا بالإحسان إذ الفضل منك وإليك واختم لنا بخاتمة السعادة أجمعين. عباد الله، إن الله يأمركم بثلاث وينهاكم عن ثلاث. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم واشكروه يزدكم. قوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمني ويرحمكم الله وأستودعكم الله.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد